And continuing on with my top 30 favorite TV shows of all time, we have reached number 24, and this is one of those ones where I'm going to cheat a little bit here because it's two shows, but they are both in the same vein of one another, and that is Tiny Toon Adventures and Animaniacs.
At Acme University, we earn our Toon degree. The teaching staff's been getting laughs since 1933. We're tiny, we're toony, we're all a little loony. It's Tiny Toon Adventures, come and join the fun. And now our song is done. We're Animaniacs. We have pay-or-play contracts. We're zany to the max. There's baloney in our slacks. We're animating, totally insane. Here's a show's naming. Animaniacs. Those are the facts.
Now, I put both of these shows together in the same spot, mostly because they're very similar to one another, and I love both shows about the same. To me, these two shows were my Saturday morning in the 90s. I mean, I didn't watch these on Saturday morning, mostly because they were off of Fox Kids they were on Fox Kids when I was growing up, but most of my memories of watching both of these shows came from later viewings on Nickelodeon because we didn't have Kids WB for a number of years after it started. I don't think we got the WB around here until probably 1999, maybe 99 or 2000, but I mean, I don't really think I need to tell you what these shows are. Tiny Toon Adventures essentially is following the adventures of a group of young cartoon characters who attend Acme University to become the next generation of characters from the Looney Tunes series. And then you have Animaniacs, which is essentially kind of a mix between Saturday Night Live mixed in with a lot of the same elements from Tiny Toon Adventures, where you have the Warner Brothers and the Warner sister, three characters that were seen as in this show as part of the original Looney Tunes group of characters, but unfortunately they were too loony for their own good, as they were essentially locked away in the studio's water tower, never to be released until they escaped. And essentially it's adventures with them, and it's essentially set up as a variety show with various skits featuring a large number of different characters, with the siblings as the main characters, and you also have a number of different characters, each memorable in their own way, shape, or form. And the animation in the show was heads above where most cartoons at the time were at. I mean, these were revolutionary shows coming around the time when animation was in its second renaissance, thanks to the Disney success of The Little Mermaid. The comedy was heads above where the cartoons at the time were at, and above all, you could really see that the creative teams were very much in love with the old Looney Tunes cartoons and paid homage and also tried to create their own unique edge to the classic Looney Tunes cartoons in general. Animaniacs, where it was nothing but scenarios you would see in Looney Tunes cartoons, but done in a modern setting and done very cleverly well. They created both of these shows the same way they created the old Looney Tunes cartoons. They knew that kids were going to be the target audiences, but they made both shows so that adults would enjoy them too. There's a lot of great adult humor in these shows. I mean, everyone has their favorite Animaniacs adult humor jokes in there. I mean, probably one of the best ones is where they have to look for fingerprints, and Dot's just like, I found prints, and it's Prince right there, and then Yakko's just like, no, fingerprints, and then Prince just looks at Dot with this grin on his face, and he's just like, I can't believe they got away with that back in the day. Just like little stuff like that is really, really funny, but that's always been the secret of the old Looney Tunes cartoons. I'm very sure the team behind both of these shows were very aware of that, and they made those shows the way that we know the way they eventually were supposed to be. I mean, they had direct-to-video movies that came out afterwards, which were very good. How I Spent My Summer Vacation was really good from Tiny Toons, and then we had Wacko's Wish. And, these were shows that were funny back then, but have gotten so much more funnier and still are just as enjoyable as they are today. Even the reboots that they did for both of these shows are really good. Like, I really like the Animaniacs reboot that came out on Hulu a couple years ago, but I think the Tiny Toons University one is definitely a lot better, even though they do change some things around where, the big thing is that, Buster and Babs are no longer boyfriend and girlfriend like in the original show. Now they're brother and sister, which I admit I wasn't a fan of the change at first, but then when I saw what I did with it, I thought they actually did a pretty good job with it overall. I think it's definitely the best of the two reboots. I love both of them regardless. I mean, this show was such a big. These shows were such a big part of my childhood. I mean, as a kid, I could not stop humming the theme songs to these shows. I mean, these were a huge part of my childhood. Every afternoon from school, I would come home and watch them, and they would still hold up after all these years later. It's been over 35 years since these shows started. And I still enjoy them even to this very day. They are still just as funny as they were before. They have stood the test of time. They remain incredibly funny. The animation is great. I dare anybody to not love Tiny Toon Adventures or Animaniacs. Number 24 on my list of my favorite TV shows of all time. So there you go. That's my number 24 favorite TV show of all time. Check out what I had to say last week about Modern Family. And if you want to see more of my favorite TV shows, hit the link down below. So until next time, I will see you. Take care.